I sat at my parents' familiar kitchen table that Tuesday evening. The polished maple surface scarred faintly from years of family meals. The overhead light cast a warm glow, but the air felt thicker than usual. Mom hovered near the stove, her movements quick and deliberate as she piled mashed potatoes onto plates. Dad poured generous glasses of red wine, his hand steady, but his eyes darting occasionally toward my brother. "Pass the green beans, would you, Emily?" Mom asked, her tone pitched just a shade too cheerful for an ordinary Tuesday night. My brother Derek barely glanced up from his phone, thumbs flying across the screen. His wife Laura carefully cut their 8-year-old son Ethan's chicken into neat pieces, murmuring encouragement. The table was set with the good china, the delicate floral pattern reserved for holidays and milestones. Dad's retirement watch caught the light as he adjusted his sleeve. Mom's pearl earrings, usually tucked away except for special occasions, gleamed softly. No birthday, no anniversary, just a casual family dinner on a random Tuesday. My stomach twisted with unease. I forced a smile and took a sip of wine, the tart flavor grounding me momentarily. "Everything looks amazing, Mom." She beamed and added an extra serving to Derek's plate without asking. Ethan chattered innocently about school, pushing peas into shapes on his plate. Derek and Dad exchanged a quick glance across the table. The conversation flowed lightly at first, work updates, neighborhood gossip, but then Mom's fork clattered against her plate. She cleared her throat. "Emily, there's something important we need to talk about regarding Ethan's future." The room seemed to still. I set my glass down carefully, heart rate picking up. Dad slid a thick envelope across the table. The letterhead from the local bank stared back at me. Loan paperwork. My eyes scanned the top page, $40,000 college fund co-signing agreement. Derek leaned forward, his voice smooth and rehearsed. "It's just a formality, Eminencia. The bank wants a co-signer with strong credit. Someone reliable." The words landed like a weight on my chest. My name was already typed in the co-signer section on the next page. Mom reached for my hand, her eyes glistening with practiced emotion. "You just received that nice bonus at work. Family supports family, sweetheart." The realization hit me like ice water. This wasn't spontaneous. The invitation, the fancy table settings, the unusual weekday gathering, it was all orchestrated. Weeks of planning. Probably. I looked at Ethan, oblivious and sweet, used as the emotional leverage in this calculated play. Memories flooded in unbidden. 12 years earlier. The fluorescent buzz of the local pharmacy, where 16-year-old me counted pills into bottles after school. Textbooks opened during my short breaks while classmates cheered at football games. My parents attended every one of Derek's games, custom sweatshirts and all. When my full-ride scholarship letter arrived, Mom barely looked up from cooking Derek's favorite meal. "That's nice, dear." Helped set the table. 2 months later, Derek's college send-off party drew 50 guests. I marked my achievement alone with a single bakery cupcake bought during a summer shift. "The interest rate is fair," Dad said now, tapping the document. "This sets Ethan upright." My throat tightened. I needed time. Derek's jaw set. The bank meeting was already booked for Thursday, 2 days away. Mom dabbed at her eyes. "After all we've done." I nearly choked on the irony. I had funded college through scholarships and late-night jobs, paying off $60,000 in loans solo just months ago. No family co-signers there. I pushed back from the table. "Excuse me." In the bathroom. I locked the door, splashed cold water on my face, and gripped the sink. In the mirror, Grandma Rose's determined eyes reflected back, her words echoing. "Your life is yours first, Emily. Don't shrink for anyone." Hands steadying. I knew I couldn't sign away my future for a nephew whose parents should have planned ahead, for a brother who never supported me, for parents who viewed me as the dependable fallback. The next morning, sunlight sliced through my apartment blinds as I stared at my laptop. Coffee sat untouched. The company benefits portal showed an unauthorized login the evening before the dinner from an unfamiliar IP. My pulse quickened. A quick call to accounting confirmed connections through mom's friend's daughter in IT security. They had accessed my exact bonus amount, $15,200 deposited recently. My phone lit up with Derek's fifth call. I ignored it, scrolling through old group texts revealing the strategy. She just got the bonus. Dinner Tuesday. She won't expect it. Stomach churning. I pulled out my old childhood box, diaries chronicling favoritism in fading ink. Derek got the car, the computer, the parties. I got hand-me-downs and excuses. Loan papers bore only my name. Derek's call finally connected. Stop being selfish. Mom's upset. I snapped back about Grandma Rose teaching self-reliance. He admitted their credit was strained from Dad's retirement and their mortgage. I was the safe choice. Jessica, Laura, showed up at my door shortly after, perfectly composed. Work emails followed, relatives inquiring about my difficult time. Calls from the bank. My brother's spending hints on non-existent funds. At the office, colleague Margaret noticed my exhaustion and shielded me from Derek's inquiries at reception. Rachel, my best friend, checked in for dinner, but pressure mounted. Anonymous notes arrived. Church members cornered me during services with rehearsed guilt trips. A typed threat landed in my mailbox. The escalation felt relentless, suffocating. I began quietly researching internal transfers, a research position opening in the San Francisco branch, perfectly matching my skills. Margaret encouraged the application. Sensing the storm, each new intrusion built my resolve. The ambush had cracked open years of buried resentment, and I refused to let it define me. The intervention unfolded at my parents' house Wednesday evening. Summoned to talk reasonably, I arrived to find the full lineup: Derek and Laura, Mom and Dad, Pastor Williams, aunts, uncles, and even a bank-connected cousin. Troy, Derek, announced it as concern for my spiritual welfare. For 20 minutes, sermons on duty and obligation rained down. Mom's theatrical tears. Dad's authoritative commands. Something inside me snapped. I stood, voice steady. I worked summers since 15. Earned my scholarship. Paid loans alone. I listed the one-way support flow. Evidence of Derek's hidden gambling debts emerged in my prepared response. The room fell silent. Dad's face hardened. I demanded new terms or distance. That night, with Rachel's help, I packed essentials. The California job offer came swiftly, with a raise. I secured my flight for the following Wednesday. Forwarding mail. Transferring accounts. One-way ticket booked. Grandma Rose's framed letter reminded me, choose wisely who gets pieces of your life. Wednesday night. The rideshare pulled away from the airport as I watched the skyline recede. In San Francisco, hotel sunlight felt liberating. My phone stayed off initially. When powered on, voicemails flooded. Mom pleading. Dad commanding. Derek threatening legal action. They filed a missing persons report. Police called. I calmly confirmed voluntary relocation. A prepared email with screenshots, recordings of planning texts, and evidence of manipulation went to extended family. Support poured in. Rachel, Margaret, neighbors confirming the move. Jessica privately messaged understanding. The video call confrontation Thursday evening. Faces on screen. I presented timeline. Recordings of Derek admitting debt use. Favoritism proof. Silence. Then apologies, genuine from Mom. 6-month no-contact boundary set. I ended on my terms. 3 months later, California life bloomed. Projects, promotions, new friends who respected boundaries. Therapy unpacked the golden child patterns. Volunteer work at financial literacy programs led to meaningful connections, including Eric, who offered gentle companionship without demands. Family attempts continued, fake health scares, legal notices, but I held firm. Mom's letters grew sincere. Dad's texts warmed to small talk. Jessica brought Ethan for a visit. Thanksgiving hosted chosen family. A savings account for Ethan started on my terms. Framed Grandma Rose's words hang prominently.
Freedom means choice,
not absence. As Pacific sunsets warm my balcony, I breathe easier. Boundaries intact. Life truly mine. Have you faced family pressure that forced boundaries? The response shapes everything that follows.